Rees-Zammit has spent much of his rugby life accelerating past defenders, rewriting record books, and defying expectations. From prodigious teenage sensation to British and Irish lion, his rise felt almost effortless from the outside. But as the Welsh speedster has now revealed, there was a moment when reality hit hard. The first true setback in a career that had previously moved only in one direction. Speaking candidly about his journey, Rees-Zammit opened up on the experience that humbled him for the first time, missing out on test selection during the 2021 British and Irish Lions tour. For a player who had grown accustomed to starting every week and breaking records wherever he went, it was a jarring reminder that rugby at the very highest level offers no guarantees. A meteoric rise. Rees-Zammit's breakthrough remains one of the most explosive in modern rugby. At just 18 years and 70 days, he became Gloucester's youngest ever Premiership player. It didn't take long for that record to feel like merely the opening chapter. Soon after, he became the youngest player to score a Premiership hat trick. More domestic and European milestones followed in quick succession. His pace terrified seasoned defenders. His finishing ability seemed preternatural for someone barely out of school. Every touch felt electric. Every break felt inevitable. International recognition came swiftly. Wales handed him his debut while he was still a teenager, and he responded as he always had, with tries, fearless running, and infectious self-belief. By the time the 2021 Six Nations rolled around, he was not merely a promising youngster. He was one of the most lethal wings in Europe. That he finished that championship as top try scorer as Wales lifted the title. The trajectory pointed only upward. The Lions' dream and disappointment selection for the British and Irish Lions at just 20 years old represented another landmark. For many players, it is the pinnacle of a career. For Rees-Zammit, it felt like the natural next step. It was on that tour that he first experienced the sting of rejection at elite level. Despite performing strongly in the warm-up matches, he failed to secure a place in the test side. The disappointment cut deep. I didn't get a test, and I was top try scorer in the Six Nations that year, he reflected. So I was a bit gutted. But at the same time, I was on the Lions tour. There is perspective in that statement now. But at the time, frustration dominated. I just felt like I was playing my best rugby then. I got picked at such a young age, but I want to play as well. So that was probably the first moment I was humbled. I was playing pretty well, and we won the Six Nations. I wanted to play, and then I'm not playing. For a player used to constant involvement, starting for club and country week after week, the sudden absence of test rugby during the most prestigious tour of all was difficult to process. You're playing every game. Then you go on a Lions tour. Obviously, it's more competitive. But then they're like, no, you're not even playing for weeks in the test matches. It was a sharp lesson in depth, hierarchy, and the brutal competitiveness of international selection. Growth through frustration. Looking back, nearly 5 years later, Rees-Zammit recognizes how that disappointment shaped him. I was obviously very frustrated, and I probably made it known as well, he admitted with honesty. But now I think you've just got to focus on what's next. The shift in mindset is telling. Where once there was anger and confusion, there is now pragmatism and long-term thinking. Careers are too short to get frustrated over little things when you've got to look at the bigger picture. You've got to see what's next. For him, that meant returning to Gloucester, resetting, and earning his place again through performance rather than emotion. That was going back to my club, restarting, playing well, trying to get into the national team again, playing well for your country. He ultimately stepped away before the subsequent Lions tour to Australia. But the ambition remains alive. But now I'm back. Hopefully I can go on another one. The humility forged in 2021 may yet serve him well in pursuit of that goal. Reinventing himself at fullback while Rees-Zammit initially made his name on the wing, his evolution has continued. Now 25, he has increasingly been deployed at fullback for both Gloucester and Wales. A shift he has embraced wholeheartedly. I enjoy playing 15 the most, he explained. Purely because I feel like you've got so much freedom. That freedom has unlocked new dimensions in his game. From the backfield, he is no longer confined to the touchline, waiting for the ball. Instead, he roams, tracks the fly half's movements, and positions himself as a constant attacking threat. When we're attacking, I'm never having to worry about going out on the wing. I'm always able to roam wherever the 10 goes. I'm kind of following plays. You just get so much freedom. The transition role particularly suits his instincts. When you get the ball in the backfield, that transition, that counterattack ability, I'm the first one to get the ball. So I could try and make a play or create something. Few players in World Rugby are more dangerous with broken field space ahead of them. The stadium atmosphere changes when he collects the ball deep. Defenders scramble. Supporters rise in anticipation. Relentless attacking mindset despite the positional switch, his mentality remains unchanged. My first mentality is to score, he said. If I don't score, the next thing is to break the line. If I don't break the line, I want to set up wherever I can, which is best for the team. That layered approach reveals maturity. While instinct drives him to chase tries, he now frames success more broadly. Line breaks, offloads, positioning for teammates. Whenever I get my hands on a ball, I want to create something and help the team. It is a philosophy rooted in ambition but tempered by team awareness. Carrying Wales' hopes Rees-Zammit's development comes at a time when Welsh rugby is navigating turbulent waters. Wales have endured a prolonged slump in the Six Nations, failing to record a victory since March 11th, 2023, a win over Italy in Rome. Astonishingly, they have claimed just 2 wins in their last 23 championship matches. During the 2026 Six Nations campaign, Rees-Zammit has played every minute so far. Though he has yet to cross the try line, his influence remains substantial that he leads the tournament statistics with 292 meters from 37 carries, a remarkable return that underscores his constant involvement. He has beaten 12 defenders and provided crucial territorial relief with clearing kicks from deep. However, scrutiny has accompanied those attacking contributions. His defense has drawn criticism, with 12 missed tackles across 3 matches, an average of 4 per game. At fullback, defensive reliability is paramount, and improvements in that area will be essential if Wales are to rebuild. Yet it would be simplistic to reduce his impact to missed tackles alone. His offensive spark, counter-attacking threat, and fearless ambition represent some of the few bright lights in an otherwise challenging period. Leadership by example. Now 25, Rees-Zammit finds himself among the senior figures within a rebuilding Welsh squad. Alongside Captain Jack Morgan and powerhouse prop Rees-Zammit, he forms part of the core expected to guide Wales back toward competitiveness. Leadership for him may not come through speeches or overt authority, but through example, relentless work rate, daring attacking intent, and resilience after setbacks. The humility born from that Lions disappointment has likely deepened his understanding of team dynamics and long-term growth. That a career still unfolding, it is easy to forget how young Rees-Zammit remains. His early explosion onto the scene created the illusion of a fully formed superstar. In truth, he is still evolving. Tactically, mentally, and physically, he has experienced the thrill of record-breaking success and the sting of high-profile omission. He has shifted positions, broadened his skill set, and shouldered responsibility during national adversity. The hunger remains intact. The ambition to return to Lions contention still burns. The belief in his ability to create something from nothing has not wavered, that if anything, the setback that once humbled him may prove the defining turning point. The moment that transformed raw talent into rounded professional. Wales' search for revival, and Rees-Zammit continues refining his craft at fullback. The sense persists that his story is far from complete. There will be more breakaway tries, more roaring stadiums, perhaps another Lions call. But now, alongside the blistering pace and instinctive finishing, there is perspective, and sometimes perspective is the most powerful addition of all.